Okay, my head hurts. Let me know if you have the same trouble with this stitch. So as you can see, like there's lots of holes and gaps, and I just find it so frustrating. I have made a kind of a figured out that sometimes the pictures on Pinterest they present them in a way that look a lot better than they do when you do it. Because, most of them you don't see the thread, or like there's a big hole. What's that? Okay. So anyway, I'm back because I am now on this color, and I did 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the 5th row. Now it's great. It's starting to look like something. But the thing I find super confusing, I've added 2 of these. Now I'm doing my 3rd. So I think I've figured out that the 3rd, or the closing off of that row, is where it's, in my opinion, not clear what to do. So I have my, so I'm coming out of a Superduo, which means I would pick up an 11-0 and a Superduo of that same color that I've been adding. And the next place I want to go is this bead here. And yes, so that's the other thing that I find confusing in this. When we get to this row, is you're picking up a bead that's right next to the lower Superduo. So I guess what that's doing, okay, now that makes sense. So there's my herringbone, I guess. So that makes sense now. So we have one going this way, one going that way, and we have this bead in between that helps kind of anchor everything. So let's see what happens. We go through this 11-0. There. So yeah, if you look at these beads the way they're sitting, just these ones here, they're sitting on an angle, and that's how the herringbone stitch looks. Now, usually the beads are next to each other when they do that, but I mean, we're alternating, it's fine. Okay, so now we have this big hole. What do I do? My first instinct would be to go through this bead. But that would be wrong because I'm going through an 11-0, so I would go through this hole here. Let's see. That makes sense, okay. And now we're going to step up for the next row. So we're going to go through the 11-0. And I'm guessing, you're saying you're not supposed to guess, Emma. You're supposed to show us how to do it. Let me guess. We'll go through the top hole of this Superduo and then start adding. No, you know what? I'm wrong. We're going to add our other bead to go on this side. So let's do that with our other color. So we're coming out of an 11-0. So we'll start with a Superduo and an 11-0. We are going to go through the upper hole of the next Superduo there, like that. And again, it's just ridiculously loose. Let me see if I can tighten that at all. Okay. And I feel like we need to connect these. Yep. So I guess I just think there's some steps that don't make sense to me, but maybe once I do them for a while. So let me see how far I get with this. So we're going to pick up Superduo 11-0, like that. And you know what? I'm going to go through in one. I bet you if I was doing this correctly with the correct tension, that bead would not be accessible. I'd have to do it in 2 steps. Oh, and what did I do? This is so loose. There we go. There we go. Okay. So this should be our last one. We're coming in at 11.0, so we're going to pick up a Superduo at 11.0. We're going to go through this hole here, like that. And I do believe we go through here. So again, I would want to go through here. I think that's incorrect. So I think what it is I'm unlearning some habits that I have. Now let's start. Actually, I need to eat my words here. This is starting to look pretty cool, even with the black thread, I must say. Okay, stay tuned. I'm going to practice this for a while and see what I come up with. And we will use some really bright colors. Be prepared. This way there'll be no mistaking. Nice black thread, all that fun stuff. See you in a bit.